there's something special about not having a motor as well, because the marine life is inquisitive. It was one of the best things about being out there. And it was, on the flat, calm days, you see a lot of it. It's always around. It's like having a floating aquarium following along underneath you. But even on the big days, I saw the most incredible scenes. That one of my favorite days out there was later on I had some hurricane conditions, and the boat was literally surfing down the front of these waves. And it must have been something about the bubbles that were generated off the back of the boat, the wake. Because the bubbles had attracted this big swordfish, and it was literally just surfing down the wave behind me in these bubbles. And it looked like it was having the best time as well. And I get to the top of the next wave, and I think, I wonder if it'll still be there. And I start surfing down again, and when I get into the trough of the wave, I could see up into the wave. And there it was, just surfing down the wave behind me. Just breathtaking to see that stuff in the wild. But of course, the marine life's also one of the worst things about being out there. I was terrified of so much of it. And I think partly because my sole knowledge of sharks was based on the Jaws movies I'd seen in the 80s. So I just wasn't armed with the right knowledge about a lot of it. I was terrified of so much of it. And it wasn't even the things that you'd think would be a problem. Like, actually, this was the thing that came closest to sinking me. I thought I was going to get eaten by a shark, but even the giant sea turtles became a big problem. This one is Barney. I know it's really sad I named it, but I hadn't seen anyone for months, and I was so lonely by this point. And Barney would dive underneath the boat, and I'd hear this funny, it was like that was not on, a scratching noise on the bottom of the boat. And they've got these very sharp beaks, and they're eating the weed off the bottom. They love this stuff. But the problem is the boat generally is rolling from side to side like this. And every time the boat would roll down onto the side that Barney was under, there was this horrendous crashing noise, followed by really loud cracking, kind of splitting noise. And I thought he was going to come up for air, and there'd be this little naked turtle next to the boat. And then when he surfaced, there was nothing wrong with him. And it just dawned on me that the cracking noise was the hull of my boat. It wasn't his shell. I just sat there looking at him thinking, I can't believe this. I'm going to be sunk by a sea turtle. I mean, that's just downright embarrassing, isn't it? It's like if you get attacked by a shark or something, that's quite cool. So I just thought, come on, Deborah, just take avoiding action, row away. So I'm pulling like this as hard as I can and I can see Barney behind me. He's like this, he's desperately trying to catch back up and get some more weed off the bottom of the boat. And after about half an hour, it's really hot in this bit of the Atlantic. So I thought, I've got to stop and have a drink. I'll go to the back of the boat. I'll just check that I've made a really nice, long, safe distance to be able to stop for a while away from him. And when I got to the back of the boat and looked over, that was when I took this photo. I hadn't gained any distance on him at all. I can't tell you how demoralized I was. All I could think was, Deborah, what are you doing out here? That is the slowest oceanic creature in the whole world. And he's keeping up with you.